Hey everyone, and welcome. So let's talk about a word you hear literally everywhere these days, sustainability. But what is it really? Is it just a hashtag? A marketing gimmick? Well, today, we're going to cut through the noise and turn that buzzword into a blueprint you can actually understand.
To get us started, I've got a weird question for you. What does a simple plastic cup have in common with a beautiful tropical island? I know, it sounds like the beginning of a really bad joke, but I promise, the answer gets right to the very heart of what sustainability is all about. So stick with me, and we'll connect those dots. Okay, so let's dive right in. If we're going to build a blueprint, we need a strong foundation. So what is sustainability when you strip away all the hype?
At its core, this is the classic definition. And it's really powerful when you think about it. It's all about balance. It's about us living good lives today, but doing it in a way that doesn't mess things up for the people who come after us. Our kids, their kids. It's about making sure they have a healthy planet in a fair society too. It's so much bigger than just us, right here, right now.
That sounds great in theory, right? But how do we actually achieve that balance? Well, think of it like a three-legged stool. For it to be stable, you absolutely need all three legs. Take one away, and the whole thing just topples over. And luckily, there's a great framework that gives us those three legs.
The first leg of our stool is the one we all think of first, planet. This one's pretty straightforward. It's about taking care of our environment. Protecting ecosystems, managing our natural resources wisely, and just trying not to pollute and create a bunch of waste.
Next up, this second leg, people. And this is so important, because sustainability is just as much about social fairness as it is about the environment. This is all about building communities that are healthy, safe, and just, where every single person has a chance to do well. It's about well-being for everyone.
And the third and final leg is profit. Now hang on a second. I know what you might be thinking. Profit? Isn't that part of the problem? Well, not necessarily. We're not talking about profit at any cost. We're talking about building economic systems that can last, that create real value without, destroying the other two legs of the stool. For this to really work, all three have to work together in harmony.
So we've got our three pillars, planet, people, and profit. But how do we know if our stool is wobbly or stable? How can we tell if we're actually balancing them the right way? Well, there's a saying, you can't manage what you don't measure. And that's where our sustainability toolkit comes in.
Now, to measure our impact, we have to start thinking about, stuff in a totally different way. There's this concept called life cycle thinking, and it asks us to see that everything, even something as simple as that plastic cup, has a whole life story, a beginning, a middle, and an end.
And this is what that story usually looks like. We start by taking raw materials out of the earth, then we manufacture it, package it, ship it all over the world. We might use it for a few minutes, and then what? It becomes trash. This is that old school take, make, waste journey.
This brings us to the first tool in our kit, the Life Cycle Assessment, or LCA. You can think of an LCA like a full-on environmental investigation for a product. It calculates the impact, the carbon footprint, the water used, the pollution created, at every single one of those steps. It's how we find the hot spots where we can make the biggest improvements.
But wait a minute, remember our three-legged stool? An LCA is fantastic for measuring the planet part. But what about the people part? Well, for that, we have other tools, like the Social Return on Investment, or SROI. That's a way to actually put a value on the social good that something creates.
Okay, so we have the big ideas and we have the tools. Now let's see how this all comes together in a real-world story. Let's go back to that tropical island from the beginning, the famous island of Boracay in the Philippines. For years, Boracay was that picture-perfect paradise you see on postcards, but behind the scenes, uncontrolled tourism and not enough infrastructure were pushing the island's fragile ecosystem right to the edge. The very beauty that brought people there was being destroyed. Things got so bad that the government did something totally drastic. They shut the entire island down to tourists for 6 whole months. It was a radical decision, designed to just hit the pause button and give nature a desperately needed chance to heal. And Boracay suddenly became this massive, real-life test of that three-legged stool. On the planet side, the goal was super clear: clean up the water, fix the waste problem. But that decision had a huge, immediate effect on the people leg of the stool. Thousands of workers lost their jobs literally overnight. So while the environment did recover, it was a harsh lesson that you can't just fix one part of the problem. If you don't support the people affected by these changes, you're not really creating a sustainable solution.
The Boracay story is a powerful example of government action. But it's not just governments. The business world is also making massive changes, and it's not just for show anymore. These ideas are becoming a core part of how they operate.
In the corporate world, you'll hear the term ESG a lot. It sounds technical, but it's really just our three-legged stool in a business suit. E is for environmental. How does the company impact the planet? S is for social. How does it treat its employees, its customers, and the communities it's in? And G is for governance, which is all about how the company is run. Is it ethical, transparent, accountable?
And if you want to see a fantastic example of a company living this, check out Human Nature from the Philippines. They built their entire company on these principles from the very beginning. They use ethically sourced ingredients, they go out of their way to hire people from poor communities and pay them good wages, they practice fair trade with local farmers. They are walking proof that you can absolutely run a successful, profitable business that is also deeply good for people and for the planet.
So, where does all this lead us? Well, after seeing the concepts and the real-world examples, it's pretty clear that sustainability isn't just a responsibility, it's a massive opportunity, especially for a country like the Philippines, which is so incredibly rich in natural resources.
The potential is just enormous. I mean, think about renewable energy. With all that sunshine, the possibilities for solar power are incredible. There's a huge shift happening towards sustainable farming, and there's this big push for green infrastructure, building cities that work with nature, not against it. These aren't just niche ideas. These are the growth industries of the future. And that brings us right back to where we started. From the life of a single plastic cup to the survival of an entire island, we can see the threads connecting our choices to their impact. In the end, sustainability isn't just a government policy or a corporate strategy. It's a choice that each of us makes every single day. The blueprint is right there in front of us. The only question left is, what are we going to choose to build with it?